So we have an update here in the world of women's college basketball. That's conference championships, the conference tournaments. They call it the conference championships, but the conference tournaments are starting here for women's basketball and men's. Ones that do share the same court for both men's and women's. Times look a little different, a little odd, but ones that just have men or women's have separate sites. We're going to show you here what the game times look like. So, Sunbelt Championship first round is 11:30 a.m. Central, 12:30 Eastern, and 3 is South Alabama, Georgia State, Louisiana Monroe, and Arkansas State at 3 Eastern. In the first round of the Rise League Championship on campus sites. And by the way, some of these conferences have where the top so many teams make the tournament, and some have it where every team makes the tournament. And like some team conferences, they have where like double, like the power conferences that were double buys. Happen like the SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten have it where for top four get a double buy, and then like all teams except earn top four, but earning the bottom four get the double single buy. And sometimes they do it like triple buy for top two. Quarterfinals get 3 by the 3 and 4 team seed. TDC 5 and 6 get by the second round. So it's kind of different, but there still depends on the rules. But anyway, so Trent Mercy and Purdue Fort Wayne at Southeastern. At Southeastern, right, State Oakland. And at Eastern, Robert Morris and Milwaukee. They're on campus sites. I kind of like the tournaments that have campus sites, honestly. These smart conferences that do campus sites. Because it gives like the advantage of having like a tournament, like a true, like a advantage, for competing well in a tournament. You get to play at home for your fans. That's awesome, The Horizon does it for the first round of the quarters. And then the semis and the final, they have a neutral site. And then it's kind of like March Madness. It's like going to March Madness. That's what it feels like. Because first 2 rounds are home and the other rounds are neutral sites. Possibly so you could, so I like it, And then at 11 a.m. on the SC Network, 11 Eastern, we have Texas A&M Vanderbilt, Winthrop and UNC Asheville, noon, the Big South first round. And all these tournaments are on ESPN Plus. And then Winthrop and UNC Asheville in the Big South first round. Or they're on SC Network or AC Network. Well, the Big Ten one is a Big Ten network. The Pac-12 one is a Pac-12 network. And then VCU Dane at noon Eastern in the A10 first round. In the Sun Belt second round is Coastal Carolina and Marshall at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. At 1 Eastern is Kentucky and Florida. ACC tournament, LACC tournament first round is Virginia Wake Forest at 1 Eastern. 2 Eastern is Morehead State Martin first round. ULBC first round of the Big South again is Charleston Southern and USCF State at 2 Eastern. At 2:30 Eastern in the A10 is Loyola Chicago Duquesne. At 3 Eastern, Newton Pacific is Arizona State UCLA. At 3 Eastern is TV and Old Dominion. They're playing the first round. At 3:30 Eastern is Pittsburgh and Clemson. 4:30 Eastern on the Big Ten Network is Northwestern Rutgers. Big Ten Network, Big Ten tournament first round. At 4:30 Eastern is Tennessee State SOE in the first round. 5 Eastern is Vermont and Bryan, Vermont. At 5 Eastern, St. Bonaventure Davidson, like 10 first round. Oregon, Washington, Pac-12 first round at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. At 6 Eastern, TBU or Southern. And then Georgia Tech, Boston College at 6:30 Eastern on AC Network. Then we have UMass Albany, Binghamton, Maine, and NJT UMBC, 7 Eastern on ESPN Plus. At 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus is Appalachian, Louisiana, Louisiana, and then Pac-12 tournament at 6 Pacific is California, Washington, and 8:30 Pacific is Oregon State, USC. And then it is on the second here. It is winner of a first round game taking on Florida State in 11 a.m. Eastern. At 11 a.m. Eastern, Western Carolina Wofford. That's in the SoCon quarterfinals. There are only 8 teams in the SoCon. And then George Mason LaSalle at 11 a.m. Eastern. And then winner in the Big South quarter, the Gardner Webb's undefeated. They're to be turned at 11:30 Eastern. At noon Eastern, it's Missouri and Arkansas. 12:30 p.m. Eastern. It is Michigan State, Nebraska. At 1:15 p.m. Eastern, it is Mercer, UNC Greensboro. Richmond, to be determined Richmond at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. At 2 Eastern is to be in Southeast Missouri State. At 2 Eastern is Presbyterian Radford. In the Big South quarter. And then the LAC tournament at 2 Eastern is Syracuse, NC State. 2:30 p.m. Eastern, TBE Mississippi State. At 3 Eastern is TBE Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. Second round. At 3 Eastern, or at noon Pacific, in the Pac-12 tournament is TBE Arizona. And then Furman Chen West Coast is going to be tournament tomorrow. The Portland BYU game, even though I guess the seed could change based on how if BYU wins. Furman Chattanooga at 3:30 Eastern on the SoCon quarter. At 4:30 Eastern, TB Tennessee Tech. At 4:05 Eastern is TB George Washington. At 10 second round in the TB University Stanford Pac-12 tournament. At 2:30 Pacific. In the Horizon League quarter is the Kansas Saints. It's TB Cleveland State at 5:30 Eastern. 5:30 Eastern, Northern Kentucky and Zone State. They probably play each other. And then Stanford ETSU at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. At 6 Eastern is TB number 22 North Carolina. Auburn, Georgia at 6 p.m. Eastern. LSU TB High Point at 6 Eastern in Big South quarter. And then we have the Wisconsin Purdue in the Big Ten zone at 6 Eastern. And then TBD IUPUI at 7 Eastern. And then is TBD St. Joseph's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then TBD Green Bay at 8 Eastern. And Eastern is Longwood Camel. And then TBD Miami at 8 Eastern on the AC North. And TB Alabama at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the AC North. TB Utah at 6 p.m. Pacific. At 2 quarter. Big Ten tournament. Second Illinois. TB Illinois at 9 Eastern. And then at 8:30 Eastern is TBD Colorado. And then in the 10 quarter, it's TB US at 11 Eastern. 11 Eastern, TB Louisville. Noon, TB South Carolina. TB Indiana at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. Sun Belt Courts, TJ and Madison. Sun League first round as a return to Western Illinois and Eastern Friday. Western Illinois and St. Thomas, Minnesota at 1:30 Eastern. They're not doing like the double buys anymore, I don't believe. They used to do like the double buy. And then it's TBD Fordham at 1:30 Eastern. 2 Eastern is TBD Notre Dame. And then 2 Eastern OVC. Top 2 seeds get triple bye. Little Rock and Eastern Illinois. Even though Eastern Illinois had it's kind of strong lately, they still get the double bye. Or the triple bye this Illinois. TV Rock at 2 Eastern. 2-3 Eastern it's TV Ole Miss. 3 Eastern it's TV Ohio State. 3 Eastern it's TV Troy. Kansas City Denver at 4 Eastern. 4:30 Eastern it's TV Eastern Illinois. Probably because the women play first and the men play second. Could be 2. And TV Rhode Island at 5 Eastern. And TV LSU at 6 Eastern. And a lot of these tournaments where the women will play first and then the men will follow, or sometimes the men and women will share at the same time. And just play different times. Like the one will play one day, the men will play next. If there's 4 quarters, TV Duke at 6 Eastern. TV Southern Miss is about 6 Eastern. TV Iowa at 6:30 Eastern. It's TV St. Louis at 7:30 Eastern. TV Virginia Tech at Eastern. TV Tech State at 8:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern is TV Tennessee as well. And TV Maryland at 9 Eastern. And then it is TV South Dakota State at 1:30 Eastern in the Sun Belt Quarter. And then is TV North Dakota State at 4 Eastern. And then is on the 5th is Oral Roberts or South Dakota at 1:30 Eastern. Assembly Corps. And it's Omaha, North Dakota at 4 Eastern. And then do we have any more of these? No. No. Those all these that start like next week or late. They'll just have the games, like if they're just wrapping up their seasons. Like a lot of these wrapping up their seasons like on the 4th at the latest. And then some that start like on like the 5th, the 6th. Or some that start like on like the 3rd, 4th. Oh, that the 3rd and 4th. Or then wrapping their season like the 27th, 28th, 1st, all that time frame. And also on the 1st is Penn State, Minnesota at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Mid Center. I mentioned that. So yeah. And then So we'll see. Here is the news about the conference tournaments in Women's Day. So there's gonna be the WC West Coast mentioning at Port BAU. So I'll mention that then. And then and then there's some I'll mention. The West Coast first I'll mention probably tomorrow after the video comes post. But then I'll do the Big East. After the Big East we mentioned 2 and the 27th we'll mention Big East opening games. And who gets the bye in the West Coast. And then afterwards, like within the Patriot League, ASUN mention their starting time, their games, who's playing when, and then And then when the Big Sky starts theirs. You know? I'll mention that. The Big Sky, and I'll mention Mountain West. When they start theirs. And then I'll mention